So this is a late one brought to you by Cran and Miller at the Star. Apparently there is a development with Sheffield Wednesday and Danny Röhl with talks ongoing. Now, it believed that this would bring the saga owed to the manager's future to an end. So it's sounding like they're looking at a way of Danny going out the club and trying to have a good breakup as such. That's what I'm reading this as. Instead of his ship, he's done really well. But there's obviously tension there that he obviously wants to either go back to Germany or he wants to go at a different level than Sheffield Wednesday, which it's interesting there. Like, there's a whole hefty confrontation clause that's been a long-term contract, and it's that whole thing that you need to have a look at those things. Now, here's the thing. If this is a discussion for Danny to leave, that means you are looking at potentially looking at, say Henrik Pedersen does say Henrik steps in, takes over for a little bit, and then go from there. With pre-season looking like it coming to start tomorrow, and at the moment it don't look like they're going to be going to Middle Road. It'll be interesting to see where they go. Is it going to be indoor work? Is it going to be can't be ball work because there is not going to be any grass ready? It'll be interesting to see if they'll be able to go to Middlewood or if they have to go somewhere else. Now, they are looking like it's sometimes negotiated on the way in an attempt to find a compromise that would see the German leave his position of manager of the club. It's that nothing has been finalised yet, but it's believed that a solution to a problem now might have been judged to be a better option than letting the matter drag on and affect the club's already damaged preparation for the seasons ahead. Now, this would be really interesting if this happened, because it would mean we would be in a financial mess behind the scenes, in an embargo, in a transfer fee ban, and a loan fee ban, and no manager. It was already sounding like he wasn't going to take any of the pre-season anyway. It was sounding like he was still going to be in Germany or wherever. So we're not too sure what's going on with the exit for Danny at this moment in time. Would it be a mutual consent? Would it be a sacking? Would it be a resignation? Who knows? But at the end of the day, it's looking more and more likely that he's going to be potentially leaving the club. Because nothing's been arranged for friendly, nothing like that. It'll be interesting to see who will be in charge of the pre-season. Would it be a case that Röhl goes and he doesn't come back with any of his coaches? Maybe they go, because they're all out of contract at the end of this month. They are all out, so no contracts have been sorted there. It will just leave us with academy staff to take the third week and having like the testing done. Now, it will be interesting to see what happens there, but this is the first sign where we've seen Danny kind of go, no, I'm not doing this then. In terms of something official, it's starting to look like more and more likely that Danny is not going to be here. They've found some sort of compromise for him to get out of his deal at some point. Nothing clear cut yet, but at the same time, it's a blow. I won't lie, it's a bit of a blow for Wednesday because it now leaves us in another position. How do you then go get a manager in when you're in this situation you're in, with everything going on, with all the things as to one side? It just puts another load of what next, basically. It just puts a lot of stuff that is just going to be hard for you to try and get ready for. You're then going to have a load of players who are going to be like, so Danny's not here, he's not here, are we getting paid, are we doing this? It will be a mess. It will be an absolute mess, and it wouldn't surprise me if this does happen. The fact that we've been finding out that he potentially wasn't coming back to Wednesday for pre-season the other day, and now it's sounding like there's some sort of compromise or deal getting done so he can leave Sheffield Wednesday Football Club to go elsewhere. Says a lot, really. Yeah, it would just add another little bit to what's going on with Wednesday right now. It always comes in threes and looks like there could be the third thing. So we will be looking for a new manager if Henrik Pedersen didn't say yes and stuff. There is a part of me that maybe Pedersen is going to agree to stay on. Maybe. We'll see though. There's a lot of if, buts and maybe to happen here. If Pedersen does stay, I know some people will say, oh, what his managerial record ain't great, but it will give us a little continuity if he did. And at the moment where we need a little bit of continuity, a little bit of just stuff to be a little bit clearer and better for us, that would be handy right now, 100%. But as of right now, apparently there are discussions with Danny about his future and could bring the whole thing to an end.